To my black brothers and sisters out there that are the ones that are posting all this, oh, we just gonna mind our business. And I saw somebody earlier making t-shirts of like a group of like 6 black people, black men and women, sitting on a bench texting on phones while the country is burning up behind them. Let me explain something to you guys. Let me explain something to you. When they get done with the brown people, they'll be coming after you. And if you don't think that's true, you got another motherfucking thing coming. This is bigger than you, okay? Because let me explain another thing to you. You sit back and watch millions of brown people be kidnapped and removed from this country. When they do come after you, there's going to be nobody left to stand up for you. And when they're coming after you, how are you going to feel when people are sitting on the sideline like, oh, we just going to mind our business? Fuck all this other dumb shit. Man, no. It's not the time for that. Power to the people. It's time to come together.
Since 1492, Sleazy E has been coming for brown and black folks. The jig is up. Jeremiah chapter 50 verse 33. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go. When I'm talking about brown, I'm talking about the Northern Kingdom, the Spanish speaking, and the Native American tribes. When I'm talking about the black, of course, that'll be so-called Negroes today, and also in a sense you can even say the Haitians and the Jamaicans, so to say. All right, VI. But before I proceed, you must understand that so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans are the Hebrew Israelites. So when you think about all the atrocities that's happened to us since 1492 all the way up until now, what do you mean? Just after they're done coming for the brown, they coming for you? What are you talking about? We've been at war since 1492. It never stopped, right? From hardcore bondage all the way to after the Emancipation, the Proclamation. That's when those lynchings really started happening, all right? Burned alive, castrated, raping our women, all of that. All of that has happened to us, feeding us as alligator bait, all of that. Then after that, then you had Jim Crow. Then after Jim Crow, then you had redlining. Then after that, segregation. Then we had civil rights. And then you just had the war on drugs, quote unquote. Then you had police brutality. And we still seeing it today, especially in the Obama administration. There was more cop killings that was publicized on TV than any other president. Let's not talk about cop Kamala Harris, all the people she's locked up in California. Y'all always been at war with us. What are you talking about? This ain't nothing new. But since I've already laid down the prelude, I want to give all the honor, glory, and praises to the Most High YAHAWAH and His only begotten Son, YAHAWASHI. Double honors to my elders at Great MILESTONE, taught with the truth of the Spirit. Singing honors to the elect. Peace and blessings to the 1/3, and to the confusion of faces in the 4 corners of the earth. Shalom. Now, like I said, I laid it all down what Esau been doing to us. But there ain't no other nation on earth that can go through what we went through and still survive on this end. You notice how we been oppressed. We don't have a seat in the UN. We don't have our own military, but we live under the tutelage of Esau Edom, who created a constitution, Bill of Rights, and all these amendments when we were still hardcore bondage. When we were 3/5 of a man according to your constitution, where it says that a Christian white man has more rights than the Negro. All of that. Times we couldn't read, but then they say that it's funny how the Bible's the white man's book, but if they called us reading, come on now, what do you think will happen? Understand? But they won't tell you about how Geronimo gave them hell on the West Coast. I guess he gave them so much hell, they had to literally send the U.S. cavalry out there to get them. Right? You know what Cinco de Mayo is really about? Cinco de Mayo is about a small little town, I think it's called Pueblo or something like that, that ran out the army. I think it was the Spaniards. I don't think it was the French. I think it was the Spaniards. Right? the Seminole Indian Wars down here in Florida. They won't tell you that they actually were fighting Judah. Because Judah would take refuge down here, I'm in Florida, down here with the natives, Native Americans. Because Seminole just mean like I think it mean like free, like runaway or something, runaway or something like that. Because that's what Jake would do whenever they would escape slavery, so to say. They'll run down to Florida, and they could not win. They kept sending general after, and they kept saying to themselves, who are these? They the whole time they were showing up, they wasn't fighting against the Native American. They were fighting against Judah. Remember, there was already people here before not Christopher Columbus, Amerigo Vespucci, and other and the Puritans all landed here on Plymouth Rock in America, being for millenniums, right? And only like 6% of the transatlantic slave trade. Slaves that came from Western Africa, they only really made it to mainland America, continental America. Majority of them went either to Hispaniola down in the Caribbean, or they went to Brazil. So you had dark skin. You already had Judahites over here. Remember when you're reading in the scriptures, right? In the New Testament, it speaks about the Asherite woman. So you had Northern Kingdom that was still around during the time YAHAWASHI was on the scene. It's not like all the Northern Kingdom came to America and only Southern Kingdom stayed back. You know, you had intermingling between the tribes, and then King Solomon even had the Hamites as being sailors, sailing the seas back and forth to and fro from the land. You know, so we've been here, but the reason why I'm bringing this up, because out of all the nations on earth, we are still standing strong. You thrown everything at us. The kitchen sink, the book, and Jake still rise. Jake still resilient. That has to strike a fear in you. And now looking at the times, well, let's get to it. 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 7 through 9. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first? In the beginning of it that followeth. What does that mean by the end of the first? The firstborn of Isaac. The firstborn of Isaac is who? Esau. And who came out clutching his heel? Jacob. They are twins, but not identical twins. There's a difference. They are paternal twins. What should I say? For is it fraternal? That's paternal twins. Forgive me. I always get that mixed up. But they're the same bloodline, the same seed, of the same ovaries, right? So the end of Esau, and then it'd be the beginning of Jacob. It's gonna say that. 2nd Ezra 6 and 8, and he said unto me from Abraham and to Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Meaning your kingdom has to go down in order for our kingdom to go up. And that's another thing. I'm going to keep bringing this up. Let's just get down to the nitty gritty. Esau, you are losing by nature, right? Your birth rates are low. We keep bringing it up, meaning that you're dying faster than you're reproducing. Your women are giving birth to 10 babies. You're even having hard time reproducing alone as a race. Your women have to start to get artificial inseminations and things of that nature. You're just going down. Your genetics are decaying, crippling, right? I mean, for those who don't know, I think like a gram of melanin is like $1,000 compared to a gram of gold. That's thinking, right? They're losing their political power all over the earth. How is the hammer of the earth being broken asunder? You know, all of these things are happening before Esau's eyes. We constantly show you how superior we are, even though you keep breaking us down. Think about this. When we came up out of slavery, y'all, we had a university. We had millionaires. We cut our literacy rate by 50%. When Esau leave us alone, we thrive. Remember also Oklahoma? Remember Rosewood? We had our own cities. We had our own towns, our own banks. How do you think Cadillac survived during the Depression? Jake See, we wasn't allowed to put our money in Edomite banks, so-called white folk banks. So we had our own bank. When Cadillac came around, they said, hell, we got to open up ourselves to everyone. Jake started buying Cadillacs and saved them. They don't tell you the truth, man. We had millionaires back then. How the hell you think Jay was able to say buy fucking Cadillacs back then? We had money. We had our own establishments. Esau saw that. The only time America ever dropped bombs on its own land is when they dropped bombs on us. The only time America ever dropped bombs on their own soil. Let that sink in. That's how much we were thriving. But you just go to show you who we are as a people, man. We can thrive and come out of anything. I'm telling you, man, we helped them win the Civil War. All of that. What Abe said, he said, the North would have not won the war if it was not for the black freedmen. I'm telling y'all, man. But Esau know he losing, so this is Matthew 24 and 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Why do you think no flesh should be saved? Because Esau's a sore loser. Hell, our birth rates are going down. Now we mad at the world. Think about this. You ruled the whole world. You had us in slavery. You always show the dregs of our people, which we are such a phenomenal people all over. Like we came out, we got like what? We have over like 50-some thousand patents. When we came out of not 50, I'm sorry, like 2,000 something patents when we came out of hardcore bondage. Like, come on. I mean, let's stop playing here. You know, we made America. We built this place up. But Esau, looking at the situation, he's dying out. He's losing his power. So he'll take anyone down with him. So the Lord has to shorten the days, except unless they be no flesh be saved. Because Esau's going to be like a madman. Now he's like, fuck it, man. We dying. Our birth rates are low. Hey, when I heard that Edomite on YouTube saying we're being oppressed, I laughed. I said, yeah, it's over. Esau's going for desperate measures now, man. You know? But nonetheless, Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, ye that dwell in them. It says rejoice. Why? Because the angels ready to do the bidding of the Lord. But as for us here on earth, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Exactly. And Esau, you are that devil, the physical manifestation. You know you got but a short time. So you're looking to come down with great wrath. Nonetheless, I'm gonna close out with this precept. 1 Peter chapter 3. Verse 12, for the eyes of the Lord are over the righteous, and his ears are open unto their prayers. But the face of the Lord is against them that do evil. See, we ain't worrying about you, man. The Lord have us because we're doing what the Lord told us to do. We knew this day was going to come, right? This is 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 6. Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of God, that he may exalt you in due time, casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. Whom resist steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world. In the world, because we scattered all over. So with that being said, I truly pray you was edifying, fast, stay in the spirit, don't fear it, just endure it. Ask for forgiveness, pray without ceasing, stay humble, remain diligent, YAHAWAH, most lovable ball, Shalom.